is it permissible to offer collective dua in the light of the Quran and Hadith? As far as offering collective dua, doing dua in Jama in the light of the Quran and Hadith, it depends upon the occasion. If it is mentioned and proven from the Sahih Hadith, then it is permitted. For example, doing dua collectively in dua qanut in Salah, we do in Witr, we do after the Taraweeh in Ramadan, we do in Salat Istisqa, that is Salah for rain, it's in Jama. All these du'as have been proven from the Sahih Hadith, and the Prophet did it. So if we do it, it is recommended, it is mustab, and we should do it. But if it is not proven from the Quran and the Sahih Hadith, for example, if you do collective dua after the 5 times for the Salah, it's not proven from Quran and Sunnah. If you do it occasionally, it is accepted. But doing regularly, it is not correct. And this question was asked to Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, may Allah have mercy on him, that is it makruh to do dua in Jama'ah, to dua collectively? He said, doing dua collectively is good, as long as it is proven from Quran and Sahih Hadith. But generally, if people gather, and if they do dua collectively, if they have gathered for some other occasion, and in that occasion, if people do dua collectively, it is permitted, no problem. But if you specifically gather for doing dua, it is not permitted. If you do it occasionally, it is permitted. But if you do it regularly as a practice, it is not permitted. This question also was asked to Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, that is it allowed to do dua collectively or to read the Quran collectively? He said it is mustahab and good to read the Quran collectively, to do dua collectively, to do the dua collectively. But if it is done occasionally, it's permitted. But it should not be done regularly. It should not be done regularly. And it should not involve any of the innovations of Bid'ah. When this question was asked to the Fatwa Committee of Saudi Arabia, they said, the question posed was that is it permitted to do dua after the 5 times regular salah, to do dua collectively, to raise the hand, and when the Imam reads the dua loudly and the full Jamaat says Ameen. So the Fatwa Committee, they said that there is no evidence from Quran or Sahih Hadith that the Prophet or the Sahabas ever, after the 5 times compulsory salah, the fardh salah, that they did the dua in Jama'ah. There is no evidence. So based on this, we come to know that if it is mentioned in the Hadith and it was an act of the Prophet, doing dua collectively, like in dua qanut, like in Salatul Istisqa, the salah for rain, it is mustab and it should be done. But if it's not proven from the Quran and Hadith, if it is done occasionally, no problem, but done regularly, it is not correct. And I remember that when I was in Bombay, a few years back, that was in 2015, and where I used to pray in the mosque of my building, in Jasmine Apartments, in Masgon. There I remember that the Imam was from Tabligh Jamaat, and I normally never interfere in this fiqh issue. These are small issues not to interfere, so I keep out of it. But one of the Musallis had asked the Imam that, why do you do the dua loudly? He said, hey, this is correct, this is the way it should be done. Later on, after a few months, I suddenly observed that the Imam, he stopped reading dua loudly. After the salah, he used to dua, but individually. So when someone asked him that why have you stopped doing dua loudly? So he said, we came to know from a markaz that it is not proven from the hadith, from any Sahih hadith, that we should do dua loudly after the congregational salah, after the 5 times for salah. So alhamdulillah. So when people get knowledge, they follow the Quran and Sahih hadith, and that's a good sign. So hope that answers the question.